Now, in a minute or so, the weekend weather with Diane, but first a look at tonight's top national and local stories. Nationally, a pub chef has been found guilty of the murder of Sally Ann Bowman. And in the northwest, Bolton Wanderers complained to UEFA after their fans are baton charged by Spanish police.
Yeah, so as promised, here's Diane with the weather.
Thank you very much. Well, good evening to you. This time last week, we were going into a weekend which was bright blue skies but bitterly cold temperatures. This weekend, it's completely the other way around. An awful lot of cloud cover, fairly windy, but very, very mild. The wind has been Sunday for another damp one. Gordon.
Thank you very much, Diane. Now, what would George Formby have to say about our next item, I wonder? You might associate the ukulele with When I'm Cleaning Windows, but how about Nirvana? Have a look at this.
Yeah, never mind George Formby. I'm not actually sure what Kurt Cobain would have made of that either. Now, that was the Ukulele Orchestra of Great Britain, who are performing in Liverpool's Philharmonic Hall this evening, where we can join them now with Jane Barrett. Jane.
Thank you very much. Yeah, did you see Paul McCartney performing at the Brits? He was on the ukulele, wasn't he? It's hot, and it's largely thanks to these guys. Familiar music brought to you in an unfamiliar way. Take it away. Thank you very much. The theme from Shaft, which you all knew. Peter Brooks, thank you very much for letting us in on your dress rehearsal this evening, because I know you're on very shortly. Do you feel that the ukulele is coming back to its spiritual home this evening, back in the Northwest?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, a lot of great players from here. George Harrison, George Formby. I think Billy Hughes Scott, famous player from this city. So it's right back where it started from.
What is it about the ukulele that makes people smile? It's just kind of nice, isn't it?
It's soft, fluffy, and completely unthreatening. So that's it, really. It's a great instrument.
You tour the world.
Yeah.
After tonight, you're off to New Zealand.
Yeah,
and I
indeed.
believe, I read in the clippings today, that you're actually mobbed in Japan. Is that true, or never believed?
There were
the travel
crash
press?
barriers put up,
Really?
and some people leaned on them. So it was, in media terms, a riot.
It's fantastic what you do, and you are tremendously popular, aren't you? So where else has this taken you around the world?
It's taken us to Liverpool in Nova Scotia. It's taken us to Detroit. It's taken us to Germany. It's taken us to Finland,
Around the
Sweden,
world. Fantastic.
everywhere.
Well, OK, let's end this evening with a bit of presenter Name That Tune. So, are you listening at home? Take note and take it away.
Bit of discussion there.
I named that tune in 7.
Well, it helps
no,
that he's singing it for a start off.
Yeah, but I got it in the intro.
You did.
Was Eddie Cochran the first to do that, was he? I don't know.
I thought the Clash. But
Yeah,
that's a
Well,
generation thing.
I go back further.
When you said you got it, I was amazed. I thought,
No, so maybe it's there immediately, you know, come on. What? You believe that, you believe anything. Now, just before we go, remember last night we introduced you to George the Parrot. He'd lost his leg. Well, today he was introduced to the false limb that had been made for him by experts at Salford University.
He seems to be eating it.
Yeah, he hasn't quite worked out what to do with it.
Polly's having a cracker.
I think from the story last night, he was supposed to put his leg, the stump leg, into that so that he could rest overnight.
Yeah.
And they were going to teach him how to do it. But how do you teach a parrot?
I have no idea. They're
We
not
can
very
teach them to
compliant.
speak, so-
Oh,
Yeah.
but they never
Maybe.
perform,
teach
do
it
they?
to say,
No.
carry me everywhere, and then it's all sorted.
Well,
Leave me alone.
But if you were telling it, you have to put your leg in here, put your leg in here, then that's all it would say for the next year. Isn't it? Put your leg in here.
True, yeah.
Well, it would help you when you were putting your socks on, wouldn't it?
Paratoki Koki, really, isn't it?
Talking of socks, the story of your shoes in my newsletter, which will be arriving in people's home as we speak.
Don't miss
So
it.
have a
It's
look.
a good one.
That's it. Have a really good weekend. See you next week.
See you
Bye-bye.
Monday. Bye.
Bye.
star of stage and screen, Jonathan Pryce.